Welcome to this demonstration on Spark Fulfillment, an application module designed for tracking and fulfillment research services. Spark Fulfillment is an optional module of Spark Request, a research transaction management system. Spark Fulfillment runs on its own application server and communicates with Spark Request through application programming interface and database connections. In this demonstration, we will go through the different features of Spark Fulfillment in depth and show how they can be used to track your service details for a project or study. On Spark Fulfillment homepage, the navigation bar across the top can be used to route to different pages based on the role and access of the logged-in user. The Patient Registry navigation button only shows up for patient registrar users designated in Spark Catalog. Under the bar, you will see a search bar and several icons for toolbar functionalities to help visualize content on this page. Navigation icons include Refresh, Switch Request View, Data View Selection, Export, Financial View, and Study Management View. Under the dark blue header row, a list of all protocols will populate in the Protocols table. This list of studies and projects can be sorted using the arrows on the header row of each column. This table can be filtered by request statuses using the drop-down menu on the left side. After searching and selecting a request you want to fulfill, you will be taken to the Request Fulfillment page. Depending on what type of services your group is providing, the display is logic-driven to show different contents. You will see the service request that you selected in the top blue table. Below this table are 4 tabs: Clinical Services, Participant Tracker, Non-Clinical Services, and Reports. The most frequently used tab is the Non-Clinical Services tab, listing all services that are one-time fees. Here you can find the services requested in Spark Request module and sent to Spark Fulfillment by an admin user. To add fulfillment on a specific service, click the List button to the left of the requested service. On the Fulfillments List window, you will be able to add work performed by clicking Add Fulfillment and filling out the required information. If you have designated billing manager rights in Spark Catalog, you will also be able to flag a fulfillment item as invoiced or credited to ensure data integrity after work has been completed. You are able to edit or delete individual fulfillment from the Fulfillments List pop-up window using the Actions drop-down menu, as long as they have not yet been invoiced. On the Clinical Services tab, there are 3 views of a service calendar. On the Template view, you have the ability to add, remove, or edit arms and visits, as well as add or remove clinical services. On the Quantity Billing tab, billing indication and quantities can be updated for each service line item at a visit. On the Consolidated Request tab, the service calendar can be reviewed in view-only mode. The Participant Tracker tab gives you the ability to search for participants within the participant registry by clicking the Search Patient Registry button and adding patients to the selected study. The Patient Registry is a registry of all research participants that can be associated to research studies. If a patient cannot be found, he or she must be added to the registry. This can be done only by those who have been granted patient registry rights in Spark Catalog. Contact your Spark administrator for assistance. If you have patient registrar rights, locate and click the Patient Registry navigation button on the main header. New participants can be created if they have not ever been an MUSC study participant identified by a unique MRN. When creating a new participant, required fields have to be filled out. De-identified patients can also be created, and once a de-identified patient is associated to a specific study, he or she will not show up for any other studies for association. Once patients are found and associated to a study, they appear on the Participant Tracker page and are ready to be assigned a study arm. If the study has only one arm, that will be the default association. You can also edit payment enrollment status, external ID, and recruitment source information on the Participant Tracker tab. Click on the calendar icon to get into the individual participants' visit details. Previously completed visits are listed on the top table and can be reviewed upon clicking. Incomplete and unstarted visits can be selected from the drop-down. Before marking the status and follow-up of a service, you must click the Start Visit button to begin. Once the visit has started, mark each service as complete or incomplete with any necessary follow-ups. You also have the ability to mark as complete or incomplete multiple procedures within each particular grouping of services by selecting the services from the drop-down and clicking the Complete, Incomplete buttons. You are able to add additional one-off services to an individual participant by selecting the service, indicating the quantity, and clicking Add Service. The Reset Visit function looks back to the master calendar to pull in new selected services from the calendar that did not already exist on this visit. The function will also hide services that have been deleted on the master calendar on the visit. In order to complete a visit, each procedure must either be complete or incomplete with follow-up dates as necessary. Once the criteria are met, the Complete Visit button will be enabled. Notes are created each time a service is either complete, incomplete, or marked as follow-up. To add additional visit level notes, click on the Notes icon at the top of the visit. From the Participant Tracker tab, you can create a participant report by clicking on the Export button located in the Report column. The Reports tab within a request is where the participant reports are stored when they are exported from the Participant Tracker tab. The All Tasks page is where all tasks assigned to you as a user are listed. The default view is a list of those open tasks that have been assigned to you or by you. To create a new task, you will click Create New Task. A pop-up will appear where you will define the task, assign it to someone, and attach a due date. Once created, a system-generated email is sent to the individual's institution email box to show that a task has been assigned to them. An incomplete procedure with a follow-up date will automatically generate a new task. There is a Reports page where you have access to various canned reports in Spark Fulfillment. Choose the desired fulfillment report from the All Reports section, for example, Invoice Report. Then choose the desired filter combinations and click Request Report. The new report will appear in the list of existing reports in a pending status while the query is being processed and will change to completed when it is generated. Once completed, click the attached file icon to download and view the report. The Imports page is where data from other systems can be imported into Spark Fulfillment. Currently, .xml reports with fulfillment data from Clock application with mapped data can be imported into Spark Fulfillment for record keeping and reporting purposes. The Proof report runs a test report and displays all the mismatched data and failed import items without actually importing data. Clicking the Clock Report button will run the actual import into Spark Fulfillment and generate a result report. Thank you for watching this tutorial on Spark Fulfillment. For additional information, please visit our Spark Wiki at the address on the screen. For questions or concerns, please email sparkrequest@musc.edu.